All right, well, welcome everybody to our Monday night call. Excited to see our faces of our team on here. Today, I'm excited to actually share Kathy Helwig, our fearless leader. She means so much to me, like a sister to me, but you know, she's been around Isagenix now for what, 16 years, Kathy, and 21st millionaire, and she just has so much knowledge and so much caring, and I just love all the things she's getting into because it's helped me overcome things as well as my team members overcome things. So Kathy, we love you and thank you for always being there for us.
Thank you, Lynn. That's very sweet. Well, I'm happy to be here tonight, and oh my gosh. Well, let me start with announcements and then I'll get into what we'll be talking about. Great news, you know, we had a great promotion, free enrollment for $150 or more. Well, they've extended that promotion till January 3rd. I'm sorry, 23rd. And now they're not offering the free shipping on orders of 250 or more. So this is just a free enrollment promotion from here until the 23rd. So let's take advantage of it and get as many people enrolled as possible. And gosh, we're coming up to New Year kickoff. That's next weekend. And I found out today that there will not be a live stream. But people with New Year kickoff tickets will be able to access the video, you know, the different videos from the event, probably a couple of weeks after the event. So, you know, for those people who aren't going and maybe somebody from your area is going, maybe you can, the people who are going and have a ticket and have access to that, maybe you can have a little watch party at your house. So, oh, and for people who are going, we're going to have a team party. And that's going to be on the Friday night, Friday the 24th. And I'll be sending out details for that. So I think I have everybody's name on the list of people who are going. So, so you know, Dave MacArthur's training never gets old. In fact, it gets more and more powerful. And, you know, he's training the empowered to have it all. And, you know, for me, I'm just getting more and more clear on the principles and the importance of being crystal clear on what you want and being able to write that down and review it every day and just get even more and more clear as we go. And so I wanted to share a little bit because he did a training on Saturday that where he created a template for you know, the process that we go through with a new person, starting with the vision. And I don't mean to be redundant about it, but it's so important that we all have that vision that's so clear, and we just keep focusing on it every single day. And that's why I'm going to be really pointing to that as often as possible, okay? So, but first, before I go into that, I want to invite anybody to share their experience with creating their vision and what kind of shifts they've seen and what's the experience been for you in creating your vision. Because frankly, you know, when I first started out, I had a really tough time coming up with a vision because I was kind of stuck in where I was at, you know, and so it was kind of difficult. So, one document that actually it's not a document, it's a process that Laura St. John gave us was the Flip It list, and I think it's a phenomenal document. So I'm just going to open it up right now to anybody who wants to share their experience so far with creating their vision. Tina, did you have something?
Kathy, it's Tina.
Yeah.
On the phone?
Yes.
Yeah. Lynn, last week you really touched me when you were reading your vision and the tears that came to you when you were reading it. It just really touched me. When I finally sat down to do this for the first time, it literally wrote itself, and it was good. And I felt good about it. But it wasn't until I read it out loud to Kathy that I began to cry at the reality of what it would mean in terms of changes in my life and my home and my family and others. It was very, very powerful.
Yeah. And Tina, you're a really great writer. You know, you're, well, you've read to me some of the things that you've written. And so what you shared with me was how it just flowed out of you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but it never had before because I was in my head. I was thinking it. And this time I just took off all the possible limitations, and it felt outrageous, but it also was a little bit fun.
Yeah. And it's supposed to feel outrageous, right?
Well, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're getting really unreasonable. All right. Who else wants to share?
I'll share.
John.
So after last week's call, you wanted to talk with me. You challenged me to do some visioning. I called the next day to Lynn and said, help, what do I do? And of course she helped. And she said, do the flip it list. And I said, okay. Don't want on the left side, want on the right side. Drew a line down the middle of the page. And like Tina said, it just pretty much wrote itself. Because I know a lot about what I don't want, about what I don't like about myself, about what history I'd rather not remember. And then I flipped it and wrote down some pretty positive things. And from that, I built 3 pages of vision. Got back on the phone because Kathy, of course, held me accountable and said, okay, when are we going to talk about this? And so we had a meeting on the phone a couple of days later, and I came out with 3 pages. Now, I admit, listen, I have my emotions pretty near the surface at all times anyway, but I admit I did not just melt into a puddle of goo, but it was instead really a powerful experience. And Kathy, you were very acknowledging me in what I had said, and I just I think I was fairly superficial in the exercises I've done in this regard before. I got a lot deeper on this one, and it felt better and more authentic.
Yeah, that was my experience of you. Yeah, so good job.
Thank you.
And you're not done.
Oh no. hey, you know, this is like the war on poverty. You never quite win the war. You just got to keep fighting, right? Because you haven't stopped your personal growth, have you?
Heavens, no.
Exactly. There you go.
You're not growing, you're dying. All right. One more. How about one more share?
I would like to share. And I think because if any of you have this experience, you know, I should really know what I'm doing in my life, right? That's what I say to myself. And it looks like I know what I'm doing from my life from other people's point of view, but I don't know yet. And I thought that wasn't okay. And when I spoke to Kathy the other day, by the way, if you want to have a breakthrough and you get to have them as often as you want, she does this beautiful clearing thing. And I call it a thing, mostly because she understands it better than I do, but I get results from it. And we did this clearing because I was stuck on creating a vision. I said, oh, nothing is motivating me. I don't really, you know, I'm fine being comfortable, really is what I was surrendering to. And it is a surrender and a form of resignation. So I know that in my heart, I want something more than that. I just don't know how to put it in words. And I think if I put it in words, then I'm stuck with that. the beauty of this whole thing is that I can reinvent it every morning when I wake up. You know, like I get these epiphanies, they're tiny ones, but they're big for me. So this one I came up with for this year, and it came totally out of my conversation with her. We had like 35 minutes, we talked. And for this year, I am all about creating a vision where there is peace, harmony, and empowerment. And I get to have that for me, right? Because that's why I'm generating it. Except as I generate that and I live that, I become the clearing for others to have it also. So if that's something that you give to yourself, you will naturally attract people who want that also. And when I came to that, it seemed like, wow, that's not like, you know, world peace and starvation, no more starvation, and all animals are, you know, happy, and no one's, you know, whatever I thought it was. It's just, it's this beautiful, simple space that as a large conversation, I get to look at the horizon with that as my option. And then every day I get to do little things towards it. So I did a 15-minute thing with myself. I took my phone, I said, Siri, count me down for 15 minutes. She did. And I said, I'm going to do this for 15 minutes because it felt kind of weird and painful, and I didn't want to do it because I thought I wasn't going to do it right. Well, I did it for the first 15 minutes. And I have like a page or two of 15-minute segments, and one is different from the other. I'll read you just something from the last one I did. So we live in the most serene, natural setting. Water elements are artfully situated. Who says that? Our needs, wants, and desires are met with abundance, and we have the freedom of time, money, and health to do as we please. Our bank accounts register, and this was audacious, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and are richly replenished regularly with Isagenix generated income. $20,000 of income every month flow into our bank account from a few sources: real estate, Isagenix, and personal projects that express both of our loves of creating. I'm including my husband in this. And so, like, look, that's just the beginning. That's not a fully formed building for me, but it gives me something to come from. And it also creates a feeling. And that's what Dave MacArthur talks about. Because we're going to have feelings anyway. Most of the time, I'm mostly present to the things that are irritating and upsetting to me. So those are those feelings. But if I source myself more with the things that bring me light and joy and wanting to be just a contribution, then I get to raise my own vibration. And then that becomes attracted to others. So just wanted to share that with you. And that's 15-minute segments. That's all. That's how I limit myself. And then I stop after 15. And then I say again if I want to continue, if I'm motivated.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, all of you. So I wanted to share my screen because it's a document that Dave MacArthur created that that he's really focusing on. And it's a brilliant document because it's a template for how we want to be for ourselves, creating that vision, and then doing the activities necessary in order for that vision to manifest. But it's really cool because when you've got a vision, then your reticular activator system turns on, and those opportunities start presenting themselves to you if you're paying attention. Anyway, so this is just a part of the document. And it's not easy to read. I kind of blew it up and it's kind of fuzzy, but Dave is creating one that is more readable. But for now, let's just use this one. And you can access it on the Forever Pack business group. But this template is really cool because it really lays out what it is you want to be creating with your vision. You can go outside of it and create a vision for relationships, for travel, for family. You know, there's all sorts of visions you can create, but we're going to hone in on the business. So the first part of the vision is to create what is that first benchmark that you want to reach. For some, it's just $500 a month. You know, we know that 50% of failing marriages could be revived with just an additional $500 a month coming into their household. Sad statistic, but that's the truth. And so for many, many people, $500 a month would really change their lives. And so we're just using that as an example. It may be different for you, you know, but what you want to do is take that first box and what is it? What is your vision? And what does it look like for you when you've reached that first benchmark? You know, maybe take a vacation. Maybe it's to remodel a bathroom. You know, it could be anything, but you want to really hone in on what it is that it would change in your life and put that as your vision. And make sure you've got a date, you know, a deadline for that vision. All right. And then the two boxes below it here, one is for customers and one is for business partners. We call them raving fans or ranking raving fans. You want to create what is the value added to the customers when your vision is manifested. What is the value to your business partners when it's manifested? You want to write that out and do it as if it's already happened. Like, I am so happy and grateful that I have customers who have way more energy, way more vitality than they ever expected. You know, something like that. I'm so happy and grateful that I have amazing business partners that are so passionate and focused that Isagenix has become their identity. And they are incredible leaders in my organization. So, you know, just really expound on your vision that way. And then the next part of it is, you know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am making, you know, $500 a month more. You know, so really lay it out. What's your personal vision for your leadership? What's the value added for your customer business? These are things that you want to do, those statements, those vision statements on 3x5 cards, and review them every day. And then you want to create the Freedom Day. What's Freedom Day? Well, for some people, it might be $50,000 a year. For some, it might be a six-figure income. I know for me, that was my first vision. And I know Bree can attest to it. She saw my goal laid out on a piece of paper, and actually I put it in increments and I created it in January, and I said by March I was going to be here, by April I was going to be here, you know, and so forth. And by golly, that vision came true. I was at a six-figure income by the following January. So it happens. All you have to do is do the work and be consistent and be disciplined in reviewing it every single day. Every day. Twice a day is great. If you can only do it once a day, at least you're doing it once a day. So the Freedom Day is your vision for what that Freedom Day looks like. So for me, at first it was that six-figure income. And what that looked like. I could remodel my home. I was already in my dream home. I just wanted it remodeled and updated, right? Travel was just so fun for me. I remember that following year, we must have traveled, I think it was 12 times in that year. Going to places I never dreamed of going to. Hawaii, we went on a cruise in the Caribbean. You know, and of course we did a lot of business trips too. But I had the freedom to do that. And of course, you know, my income didn't stop at six figures. It just kept going up and up and up. And it was so fun. But that's what you want to do. What is your Freedom Day? And create the vision for that. So, oh, and you want to make sure that it's compelling enough that you are inclined to, you know, every day you want to block out your time. How much time are you going to spend on your business? What is it that you're going to do? And the primary activities are connecting with people, following up with them, sharing what's available to them. And then as you're building a team, you want to be supporting your team members and, educating and inspiring them to take further action. And, so that's it pretty much in a nutshell. The next section of this, section 2, has to do with the activities, the income producing activities. So I encourage you to pull that document, and hopefully Dave will have a new one that's easier to read by tomorrow. But for now, just go ahead and pull it and really start, if you haven't already, start creating that vision and break it down in this way. And know that as you build your team and add more people to your team, they're going to follow the same process. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Any comments?
Well, I'd like to share something.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've kind of skipped ahead and I listened to Dave's stuff from this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Just while I was listening to it, I was writing. I was like, oh, that's so true. And I was doing two things at once, listening to it. But I just realized, I've been doing this for a long time. And it's really just tapping into my imagination because I've had the time that Isagenix has allowed the time for me to just slow down and really dive deep into my subconscious, into why I operate the way that I do, and the personal growth aspect of that. And so it's just so cool. And again, I love that whole thing of like, that's what's the perception of that I have of myself doing Isagenix, focused around that. I was just like, wow, this is the area I haven't been using my imagination correctly with, and just like what you were saying, Ariana, like from the outside, people can look at my life and be like, gosh, it's so magical. And honestly, when they say that now, I'm like, it is. Thank you. Like I own it because that has been my focus, not to impress anybody, but to create, my home and my family life. When, that 21-year-old who had an infant, it's like, I don't even know who that was anymore, but I know that I was there, and what did it take to get me, 17 years later. So I don't know. It's just so cool that it is the beginning of the year, and I get to create. We all get to create what we want, and and visualizing those day-to-days, those day-to-day actions, and the way I feel, and why do I feel that way, right? Or a better question is, what triggered me in feeling this way? So that then I can go work on it and keep moving forward. But these cards, you guys, are so amazing. What I actually wrote out was kind of like his notes, because gosh, Dave MacArthur is so inspiring to me, because what lights me up, guys, is the universal laws, and the law of vibration being the number one law. And Emily Vavra from the Stages talks about the law of vibration. She even uses that funnel slide that I use in my vision board workshops. It's just so cool because I'm in alignment with with the one team, and it's because I've been plugged into this community for so many years. So if you guys seem lost in this, or it does feel uncomfortable, everything feels uncomfortable when we first do it for the first time, but when we all learn in repetition, right? So doing it over and over and over again, then it's just gonna be second nature. And then one day it's like, wow, congratulations, 5-star crystal executive, Ariana Munker. How did you do it? And she knows, because she's doing it every day and all day, owning it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's that muscle of believability. The first step is we first got to believe it, you know, and then feed that every single day. So I don't know, I just wanted to share that I love this stuff. And if you guys need to watch it 2, 3, 4 times, Dave is brilliant in the ways that he comes at everything. Let me just,
Well, you know, you almost don't have to watch it 2, 3, and 4, 5 times. He has a call every Monday morning for an hour where he basically, he says a lot of it over and over and over, which means we need to hear it over and over and over in order to get it. And
Yeah.
so that's why it's so important that we all plug into that. If you can't be on that call Monday mornings at 7 Pacific, then those calls are all recorded and on his Mechanic to Millionaire YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's actually where I watched it today, because I wasn't up early to do it. And what, you know, I realized too was, and I've talked about this before, 2019 was not fun for me, but it was my paradigm shift year. So I'm so grateful for it. Like, I'm so grateful. And I'm also so glad we're in 2020, right? Because now I have the 2020 vision though, and all of the suffering and the heartache and the pain and the confusion, you know, even the negative is so imperative to get me to where I am today. So I just wanted to share that too, because he was talking about that and I'm like, oh my gosh, 2019, it was again my paradigm shift year, and it has to happen in order to have breakthrough, you know? So when you feel or you're feeling uncomfortable, that's totally okay. When it's scary, when it doesn't feel good, that's totally okay. And I invite you to get deep, because we're all wounded. And once we uncover what the woundings came from, we can write a new story. We can literally, radical responsibility, write a new story of what truly happened, why it happened, you know, reframing it. That's the personal growth work that I've been working on forever, you know? So
Right.
like, if I bought into the story that no man wants me and I'm just going to be a single woman forever, and all of those yucky feelings and that belief that the 21-year-old me had, this wouldn't be happening at all, my life. So just want to share that.
I want to share a nugget. Bree actually challenged us on an earlier call today to write out your daily vision. So I today was writing out my daily vision. I won't read the whole thing to you, but it looks something like this. I'm so happy and grateful that I get up at 6 a.m. every morning after getting a full 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep. I love spending 10 minutes in complete quiet and stillness as I meditate and pray, expressing my gratitude for the day and envisioning my day filled with success. This daily discipline of reading my affirmations and vision cards help me focus on my life and how I see my life in the future as being powerful, bold, and an amazing leader that I'm becoming. I love getting on coaching calls with my excited new business builders who see the amazing potential of building a residual income for their families and team members. And it goes on from there. So looking at, you know, how I want to see my day, how I want to build my vision through the action steps that I'm doing on a daily basis is kind of fun, you know, to write it all out. So I encourage you guys to do that. I also did one, my business, my future, and wrote out one just, you know, about my business, because I did one which you guys all heard me cry on was really you know, my personal vision that I saw for our life. But I don't know if you guys have watched the 3x5 training that Dave did in the back office of the Forever Pack.
The 10 and 10?
Yeah, no, not the 10 and 10.
Different one.
There's another one called 3x5, and it's building your 3x5 vision cards. And I'll give you a couple little techniques, and I wanted to show you guys something that I did real quickly. So see these little pictures that I created? So what he says to do is you go to Google and you go to images, and I have a page document, a plain page document set to the right. My Google images on the left, and I might look up success, or I might look up belief or financial freedom. And then I find an image that I like. I pull it over to my blank page. I shrink it down because, as you can see, I can put quite a few on here. And all of these little things are going on my 3x5 vision card. And as I build them out, then I'm able to stick the picture on there. So I was, thinking, okay, I want to be a millionaire. So I looked up Isagenix Millionaire and found a picture of Cindy Walter on this side of Here's to Our Newest Millionaire. So she's underneath here, but then I found a picture myself and I pulled it over on top. And so when I cut it out, I can kind of trim it down, But, and then I got one of my husband and I Meet Our Newest Millionaires. So again, it's putting that vision out there of what I want to attain. And another little tip that he did, which I really like, so as you cut out all these little things that you're going to be using, I put them down on my desk, and then I take, the roll of plastic tape that looks like that stuff.
Right.
You take it and you cover the picture with this, so it's kind of laminated on one side, so it really saves the picture. And then you cut out the laminated picture, and then you put them on your little vision cards. So my little vision cards. One day I want to be chasing the fall and travel around back east chasing falls. So I have all my little pictures on here. And see, so it's kind of laminated. It kind of makes the card stronger too, but it's going to hold on better. And then I actually glue down with a glue stick onto my card as I'm creating pictures. So it's been fun. And then I got my little stack, and today I got a ring that I'm going to put them all together so that I don't lose them.
That's
So,
awesome. Because
yeah.
you can stop sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, all kinds of cards here myself. And I kind of went a little bit different than you. You were talking about you created your day card.
Yeah.
I created my week. And mine says, I'm so happy and grateful that I have perfected my time blocking and continue to create powerful connections and successful follow-ups that lead to new customers and raving fans. My effective system for communicating with customers and raving fans keeps them in the loop and creates unprecedented retention. I enjoy at least one networking event per week, which produces 3 or more one-on-ones and new referral partners. So that's kind of how I created that. There's lots of ways to do it. It's really, how deep have you gone with your vision? How compelling is it for you to really go after the success that you're looking for?
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks, Lynn.
Feel it emotionally.
Yes. And that's I'm glad you brought that up. When you're reading these cards every morning, you want to tap into the emotion, to the feeling that you want to already experience the feeling that you have, because it's already happened. Okay. And the truth is, it already has happened. It's already out there for you. You just have to be in the right zone, the right mindset, the belief that it's going to come true. And it will, because the universe will bring it about.
It's that faith muscle.
Yep.
Got to exercise it. Also, and some people on this call, their vision is not to be an ISA millionaire. So what I love I'm so glad you shared all of that, Lynn, because I do that a lot, right? I love Microsoft Word. You can just throw pictures in there, and that's how I cut things up. So you can look up, the crystal pin, or, the crystal consultant pin, or, you know what I mean? Crystal executive pin. And 1-star, 2-star, they have all of those things too. So whatever is in alignment with you, which means you feel good when you see that, do that. It's all about feeling. That's how we get to vibrate on a high level. We've got to feel good, So I wanted to share this one real quick too before we go. This is my team culture card. I have a girl right here. She's got fun socks on, but her ass is in the chair. Okay. So, and I also have like my current state. Is this backwards? Maybe it's mirrored.
No, it's I can read it.
Okay. But it says current state on a mission, and I'm a boss babe. I've got the tribe of women right there. Remember I was sharing that I didn't have that on any of my vision boards. The sisterhood. And so on the back, I just have my asses in the chair asking qualifying questions. Is working with me a good fit? Like I just put it right there because those words have just triggered where I go in my mind, right? And then I have some affirmations. I am inspiring. I'm in alignment. I'm clear and confident with my Isagenix message. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm consistent and having fun when building all of my Reese enterprises. So again, that right there just triggers all of the Reese enterprises that I'm passionate about, that I'm working towards. You know, like, anyways, I just wanted to share that.
Awesome. All right. Well, that completes our call. We've gone a little bit over, but I just really encourage all of you to really go after this. And I'm here to support you. Like Ariana said, this process that I have, if you're feeling stuck, it's amazing. I don't even know how it works, but it works. And I just love doing it. It's like I'm in my purpose when I'm helping somebody, break through those blockages and stuff. So if anybody is experiencing that, just reach out to me and I'll help you.
She's really good at it. It's your gift. You're just intuitive, Mom. Yeah. That's, you're tapped in, that you're focused on helping people. And so you're blessed. You keep getting these gifts. So yeah, I encourage everybody to go see her if you're stuck in any way.
Yeah, we can do it through Zoom. I can even do it over the phone, but I prefer Zoom. So anyway, well, I'm going to let you guys go. Let's have an awesome week. I leave on Friday for Phoenix, and I'll be gone for about 12 days, but I may be in a different state, but I won't really be gone. I'm always available to you guys. So have a blessed week and take advantage of that free enrollment promotion that's continuing on, and reach out to me or one of your leaders when you want assistance. Love you guys.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.